a regular supermarket, you come over here to the produce section, and if it doesn't have a tag on it, then you bring it over to these guys over here, scale, and they will weigh it for you, and then price it out. Thing about Filipinos is there's no personal space around here. I have seen on many occasions where she, being my girlfriend, will just walk up behind somebody and start talking to the person they're talking to. And I'm like, what the hell are you doing? I'm not done talking. In America, we value our personal space, so we're always given at least a 3-foot buffer for the most part, if possible. But here in the Philippines, it's not. We're used to being in confined spaces. Or many people in confined spaces, like public transportation, the jeepneys, you can fit 22 people. 22 Filipinos, I should say, in the back of those jeepneys. And they'll make room for you. When you think that it's full, they will make room for you. And we are buying food for her daughter and her brother, because we are going to go to Boracay for a couple of weeks. Nikki Ann, her daughter, just started school. So we probably wouldn't have brought him anyway, and we could have, but we will. Here's fish, same thing here. One thing you don't see a lot of, I'm not saying you don't see them, but you don't see a lot of them, it's flies. Like at the wet market or the palinque, which is an outdoor wet market. There are flies. People, don't ask me, this is for the kid, that's for them. That's for Nikki Ann and Kuya. So you see the tilapia here. You probably can't tell, but this is large tilapia, but these are small tilapias in America. They're still kind of farm raised, but not the same kind of farm raised as in America. The tilapia there is way bigger, probably 2 times the size of the tilapia here. And here is the butcher's meat section. You can tell them, and most of it is pork. The beef is tends to be a little more expensive, but beef everywhere, even in America. And they don't have the typical steaks. Look at that rump steak, which is also buco. They don't have ribeyes. They don't have T-bones. They do, but it's too expensive, especially for regular Filipinos. The USDA type of food, it's too expensive. So they pretty much have everything that an American store has, but there's a lot of people here, customer service, to help you out, and they will cut whatever produce, not whatever produce, whatever meats you buy, however you want it. And the frozen food section. ahead and comment below if you see something that you probably want more answers to. Here's the frozen section. It's not like the frozen section in America where they have a stand-up freezers. These are like ice cream things, ice cream freezers. Speaking of ice cream, well, some of the stuff is loose. They have bags out here that you can just grab and fill up to how much you want. And here's the fish.
Only Kuya and Tia.
Oh. How about hot dogs? Hot dogs and hash browns.
Meron pang house brown.
Meron? So like I was saying, these women here are here to weigh your produce for you. If it doesn't have, and it's the loose stuff, really. Stuff like this. It's loose. But they will weigh it and price it out for you. And these are security guards in the city. They pretty much have security guards in every establishment, and they're really there for show. They have holsters, but they rarely have any weapons in them. Because I think you'd have to buy your own weapon, and they're pretty expensive. The regular Filipino cannot afford to buy one, and the few that I have seen, they've either been like revolvers or 1911s, and they're unloaded, so no magazines in them at all. So they're more here with deterrent, answer questions, stop people from stealing stuff. They will check you. They'll check each bag, or at least they'll check the receipts of every place that they'll check the receipts. So they'll also check the employees as they leave. Not so much here, but like the malls and stuff, they'll check the employees to see if they are taking anything.
Yeah, actually, what you call this, ang process natin like okay.
Ano gagawin mo? Yes.
People.
Ano? Here they have the pre-packaged ribs. These are typically going to be the pork ribs. This here is yempo, so it's pork belly. Top pork belly, so $13.88. That's roughly going to be about $30. Not so much, $25. They have these bug zappers and hose, and thankfully it's they're not over the food. But like I said, the Filipinos are kind of used to living with the flies. They do as much as they can to not let the flies stay on there and lay their larvae and shit like that. But they do, they get them off. So, like I said, it's what did I tell you? I know.
I know, that's why I continue.
How about hot dog?
Walang baka.
Walang baka.
Because Kuya, to cook all the chicken, fried chicken.
How about pork?
Sana.
Baboy. He doesn't know how to cook. Do you know how to make pork adobo? So like I said, we are leaving for a couple weeks, starting tomorrow. So we're getting food that's easy for her brother, Roderick, which also happens to be my brother's name. That lives here in Santiago. Oh, Ramon Isabella. So making stuff easy for them to cook. Usually we'll buy some beef, like the osso buco, and then make kind of like make a volado. That's with the bone and bone marrow, the center bone marrow, kind of a soup. But it's delicious. We bought a pressure cooker, so it cooks the meats nice and tender in about 30 minutes instead of 3-4 hours that it would take. So like I said, if you notice the color here, it's more of a it's not a red. The meat doesn't have the red here, and this is natural. This is the natural food color. In America, what they do is they color the meat red to get more freshness, but this is more natural. This is really what it looks like. It's more of a gray, especially after it's frozen, or if it's frozen. So yeah, they put food coloring, especially in the steaks, to make them red, so it's more appetizing, which is weird, because Filipinos here do not eat any other meat. Don't eat their steaks medium rare. It's all well done, because you know beef is a lot more expensive than pork, chicken, fish. So that's their mainstay. That's their main food. And like when we went to, where do we go, honey? Wolfgang Puck's. We went to Wolfgang Puck's and we got that 2-pound ribeye. It was medium rare, and it was a lot. Actually, we had a lot of food, so we bought way too much food. So we barely ate half of it. So we brought the other half. To Kuya, and what does he do the next day? Is he cooks it to well done. That's okay. That's what I do miss around out here in the Philippines. It's just those steaks. Went to a couple of the smaller, restaurants. Let's say they have USDA prime steak, but it's more like flap beef steak flaps. So all the processed food here. Spam is pretty expensive, almost $5 a can. Ano gusto mo?
Listahan.
You haven't even looked at the list yet? Ay, talaga.
Because sometimes I forget it. You know, hard yan food.
Oh, sorry. So, milk, they don't have milk here because they don't have the dairy cows. You know, all the steaks, like I said, need to be brought in. So
Monday, Tuesday,
10.
Wednesday,
Oh, she's like a bata.
always bring the school.
Buying food. for lunch for Nikki Ann. Like I said, they don't have milk. They don't have dairy cows here, so I'm not sure exactly how this milk is brought in. Yeah, full cream milk, sterilized, full cream milk, fresh cow's milk. So I'm not sure. I mean, I guess it could be. They could sell goat milk. But yeah, and it's not. It's not refrigerated, so it's always kind of weird. Oh, look at that. You don't see many black people here, but you do. You see them. You do see them. There are all kinds of people here. As a matter of fact, in our barangay, there are a couple, I think they're Indian or Pakistani or that type of thing. I never talked to them, but you can tell they have beards, and Filipinos here don't have beards. Not very rare for you to find a Filipino here with beard. Most of them are clean shaven. If anything, mustache. But as far as full-grown beards, no, you don't see that. Again, clean shaven. They always got the clean haircut, nice fresh haircut. Me, I go a couple of weeks without a haircut, but they tend to get their haircuts pretty regularly. Especially if you go to like a local place, you don't go to the mall. The haircuts are, you know, as low as a dollar. As low as $1 sometimes. So it's cheap. What are you looking for? Here I am, following her around. She doesn't know what she wants. Noodles. Hi. Macaroni cheese or noodles for Nikki Ann. Does she like these? Don't they like those?
Cheese on here.
Sorry, sir. Cup of noodles. 15 euros. How about ramen? Hindi?
Pancit kanto.
Ano?
Pancit kanto.
Canton. Pancit canton, no?
Ay, hello?
Right there, pancit canton. Ano? Right here. There's all kinds. Extra hot chili. Ay, talaga. Here, right here, original. Ah, you know when it's just set up? When you're on day 8 and there's no food and you see the pancit canton, and it's set up. I'm sure we'll leave some money for them. Ano? Ano? Cupcakes. It's over there. Even I know where it's at. Ay, talaga. The day to come is, if you are going to go shopping, do not come on the weekend, because the lines, you could be sitting there in the lines for up to 30 minutes, 30 to 40 minutes, an hour, depending on how busy it is. Hey, and it is what it is. It just takes that long. All right, here in America, if we're waiting 10 minutes in line, oh, forget it. Woo. So what I have learned, is patience. And I have learned, even though I don't drive, no road rage.
Para isang, ano lang, isang bilihan lang.
Number 26 po. 26 po.
So here is kind of not the liquor section, but the alcohol section. Soju, some wines, pretty cheap. Parties, 1853, 2018. Cabernet Merlot, 520, so about $10. $10 a bottle. This Carlo Rossi Pinot Moscato, it's $309, so about $7. And then got the sojus. It's 55 pesos to the dollar, so you do the math. These are $2. Oh.
Sorry, sir. Ang bigat kasi na. Bawasan mo nga.
Make him do it.
Ano makauna po nito?
Sige na. Tulak mo yan.
Sorry, I just messed up. So what was I saying here? Here are all the beers. We got regular Budweiser. No Bud Light, but it has some regular Budweiser. 64 pesos, so a little over $1 for a can, which is they're imported. All this stuff here is imported. And you got $2 a bottle for the Stella. Almost $2, not quite. So, and then you get the Red Horse, which is a extra strong 9% alcohol. Or actually, this one is 6.9% alcohol. 6.9% alcohol. I thought it was 9%. You see this? Which Red Horse is 9%. Then you get the San Miguel. These are all local, so it's under $1 for each one. And then you get the sodas, of course. They're not 2 liters, 1.5 liter, and a little over $1. One and a half liters, which is weird. Then I have 2 liters. Yeah, a trio sodas. So what's that? 1, 3, 4.5 liters for about $4. I gotta stay away from alcohol due to my medical condition. Yeah. And sweets. I've been sick lately. Caught a bug, and was out of commission, or not really out of commission, but had some phlegmy coughing with my chest. I knew that there was something in there. Fatigued, really not feeling like doing anything, and went to the doctor. He listened to my chest and said, "Yeah, you got an infection. You got an infection. Prescribed me some antibiotics. 5 days antibiotics. Oh my God." 5 days antibiotics, and then some other stuff just for coughing. I was feeling some tingling in my fingers and itching, and that was attributed to the infection. So they gave me some stuff for that. We spent 3 nights in a hotel just to get some stay in some air conditioning, and we really just stayed in the room the whole time. And didn't do anything, just kind of rested, relaxed. And one night my whole body was itching, very difficult, tired, trying to sleep. But since the itching has gone away, my cough is basically gone. I can feel a little bit of wheezing in my chest and still coughing up a little bit of phlegm, but nowhere close to where it was. My triglyceride level, they did some labs. My triglyceride levels were high, and they said I had a fatty liver, and I needed to stay away from fried foods, alcohol, kind of start exercising, lose weight. So I'm gonna start doing that when we get settled in. But when I get settled in, but I'm gonna be here for another 5 weeks, and then be heading back home to take care of some business and whatnot. But so we are paying now, and you see here is basically nothing to worry about. So you guys have to attend, and these lines are typically going to go all the way back there during the weekend. So that's why you do not come during the weekend. Here we're able to just get right into these lines. Nobody here. So there's no plastic bags. They'll sell you these bags, SM bags, which they'll fill it to the rim with brim. For those of you that are old enough to remember that commercial. But anyway, so those bags, they'll fill it up, and they can weigh up to like 50 pounds. So let's see, we just buy enough food for 2 weeks for them, and when it's us, buying food for us, usually ends up being about 8,000 pesos. So hey, here. So let's see how much so far. Oh, not bad. 3,800. So it's definitely gonna be a lot less than what we usually spend. Good job. So hopefully about 2 weeks worth of groceries for them ends up being 4,811 pesos, which is a little bit under $100. So again, meron sapatos! Nikki, I need some sapatos for school kasi 41 what size? Because she wanted cheap shoes at the palengke and they broke while she was going down the stairs. Makano? So let's see.